Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Brien's Bees. You know, we've had the bees in the ABC4 hive now for a few weeks. They're getting settled, they're making lots of progress, but this is the time when we need to do a hive inspection. You see, when you're a beekeeper, you can't just let the bees be inside their boxes. You have to get in there periodically, check their activity, see their health, make sure everyone's doing okay. That way you can catch problems early before they become bigger problems down the road. Because if there's one overall rule about beekeeping, it's that these bees are going to throw curveballs at you constantly. So come on, let's get in the hive and get to work. Let's go. All right, everybody, we're at the hive and it's time to do a little hive inspection. So we're going to open up the top, we're going to take a peek and just make sure these bees are doing okay. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret now that I have my bee suit on and we're in the thick of it. I've already looked in here. I snuck a peek a few days ago just to kind of see what was going on, so I have an idea. But these bees are crafty and they're always going to surprise you. So let's get in and have a look. We're going to take our stones off the top. These simply weigh down the top of the hive so the wind doesn't blow it off. We've got our gentle smoke going to help calm our bees down. So here's the top cover. Oh my goodness. Wow. Do we have bees or do we have bees? And I don't know if you can make this out. There's honey in here. Do you see? They've built comb all the way up to the top of this, which we're probably going to have to get rid of because this is not going to work. And they put honey in here. That's incredible. So what we're going to do, we're going to use our hive tool because they've glued this down pretty good. I'm going to crack this open with our hive tool and get in here and see what these bees have done. They're always working. I'm going to have my smoker on standby. We'll smoke underneath. Smoke's going to calm them down. Let's see what we've got here. Oh my goodness. Guys, will you have a look at this? Look what the bees have done. They built their comb up here. Naughty bees. We don't like this, right? Because now we can't put more frames on top. So we're going to have to take this comb out. But we're going to have to be very careful with how we do it because we see that there is some larva in here. There's some brood, which means the queen could be in here. And the last thing we want to do is hurt the queen. Because if you don't have a queen, you don't have a colony anymore. So we're going to take a look up here, see if we can see the queen. No eggs in here. That's good. So I am going to just set this down for a moment. Right here. Now, this is our problem. What we're going to try to do is give them some smoke so they go down into the hive. The smoke is going to do two things. It's going to mask the alarm pheromone, and it's going to encourage them to go down into the hive and gorge on honey because they're preparing to leave. They think this is a wildfire. And as I blow some gentle smoke on them, they are retreating because we've smoked them. So now they're trying to get honey in case they have to leave the hive because of a wildfire. Okay. We're going to have to start removing this comb. Hopefully not harming the queen. So I'm going to take my hive tool right here, and I'm going to move it. Oh, there's so much nectar in here. This isn't capped honey yet. This is nectar. but it's about to become honey once they dehydrate it. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look here. We see bees. We don't see a queen here. And that's good. This is all brand new wax. They've got some pollen in here. See the pollen? And they've got nectar, but they haven't capped it yet, so it's not quite ready to be called honey. But I bet it would still taste pretty good if we tried it. So I'm just going to set this aside right here. And again, the goal is to look in your hive and make sure we don't have any queen issues. I see brood. That's a really good sign that we have a healthy queen. So we're going to try to dismantle all of this comb. And this is why it's a good idea, folks, to have a bucket with you. And I don't have a bucket with me, unfortunately. But you can just drop the comb in the bucket and not have to worry about anything. But you know what we can use in a pinch? I reckon we can use this little tray here. And we're going to continue working. We've got to get all of this out without disturbing a queen who could be in here. And I know I keep going back to that point. I don't see a queen in here, but we do have brood. You see that larva right there, that white little grub thing? Unfortunately, she's not going to survive this, but there's plenty in here, so don't let this worry you. This also gives us a chance to look at it. Are there any mites on it? Are there any health issues we can see with the brood? Not from what I see here, and that's a really good thing. So I'm going to set it down right here. Again, I should have brought a bucket. Preparation really goes a long way when you're dealing with the beehive, folks. Okay, let's continue to use our hive tool. We're going to go very gently right through here. Try not to squish bees, although bee squishing is kind of inevitable when you're working in a beehive. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take that out as carefully as we can. All this is brand new comb. Our girls have been busy. Very, very busy. And we like that. Okay. What else do we have here? We'll add a little more smoke, folks. To convince these bees they need to go downstairs. So because they have been building comb up, they probably haven't been building comb out and filling up these additional frames. We're going to fix that today. Before I make any more moves, I am going to make sure that I'm not about to stab a queen with my hive tool. That would be really, really bad. Some larvae right there that we've kind of smashed up. That's okay. That's part of the game. You're going to hurt bees when you do this. You just try to be as absolutely gentle as you can. See how that smoke is just going to encourage these bees to move along? That's what we want. Oh man, folks, this is really a mess. I should have been in here a week sooner, and we probably could have avoided some of this. But do you see all that nectar they're stashing away? Look at that. That's going to be honey. Well, it was going to be honey. Not so much anymore. And these bees have worked oh so hard to make that for us. Look, it's beautiful though. These hexagonal cells, and you see how the sunlight is filtering through them right here. Isn't that beautiful? Bob Ross had his happy trees. We have our happy bees. And they're going to be much happier when we get the heck out of their way. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Okay. This is quite a mess in here, and I feel really bad because we've got a lot of brood locked away in here. I almost don't want to get rid of it. But it's not going to be functional if we leave that, okay? So this is why it's important. Oh, so important. To check your beehive regularly so you can avoid problems like this. I'm going to give some more smoke. Wow, folks, remember when I said I had been in the hive and I had kind of seen what they were doing? Well, I saw that they were starting to build this, but I was not nearly this big. And that was just a week ago. Look at all of them. Right here. The bees look healthy. And we are really happy to see that. That's what we want to see. Healthy bees, folks. Healthy bees. I hate getting rid of all this brood. But you know what? They're going to build more. They're going to make more. The colony's big job is reproducing. Wow, look at that. The wax is built up around our feed jar. That is incredible. So we're going to be very gentle here. We're going to try not to crush any bees. Wow. Oh, that is on there. That is on there. Look at that. This is how messy beekeeping can get. Quite messy, actually. Just want to make sure we don't have a queen here. Don't see one. So that's good news. Folks, this is not the most eloquent way of doing this. In fact, we are making quite a mess. But as you begin beekeeping, guess what? You're going to make mistakes just like I am here. I've been doing this about 3 years, and every year it's something new. We're learning, and we're growing, and we're working bees. Okay, so let's remove the feed. They haven't used much of our feed that we put in here a few weeks ago, and that tells me that they have a really strong nectar source coming in. Given the choice between natural nectar from a flower and the sugar water we make them, they're going to take the natural nectar every single time. So we love that we don't have, that they have used most of that. Okay. We're almost done with this part, guys, and then it'll be a quick situation after this. You can see the brood here again. We've killed this brood, but that's going to happen during a colony inspection sometimes, especially when you let your colony go a couple weeks without checking on it. That's what's going to happen. But these bees are going to clean all of this up. Sorry, gals. Man, these bees have been so busy. I'm so proud of them. They have been working nonstop here at ABC4, and they've been doing a really... I'm going to blow on them because they don't like the carbon dioxide. That's going to help them move out of the way for us. Okay. We're getting there, everybody. Okay. So, we've got a lot of this burr comb off. Now, we want to see how much comb they built. We just want to take out some of our frames and have a quick look. What do you say we do that? There we go. We use our hive tool. Try not to crush any bees. Okay. This is where the hook comes in handy. Kind of raise that up. And we're going to go slowly as we can go, trying not to harm anybody. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Okay. Wow. So, oops. What do we see here? Well, I'll tell you. We've got brood here. These are going to be new workers. We've got some drone brood down here. Whoops, careful, don't drop it. And we've got capped honey up here. It's in a kind of a rainbow pattern, a circular pattern, and that's what we want to see. And I'm just kind of monitoring. I'm looking for a queen. I don't see her, but that's okay. We've got some pollen stored in here too, some capped honey. This is looking very good. Got some drone brood over here. We're going to set this back down as gently as we can. Okay? Bees don't like it when you rip open their house. And that's kind of what we're doing. Let's open up this other frame here and see what we can see. Trying not to squish our bees, but that's really hard to do sometimes. You just got to get confident. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Okay, here's another situation. We've got fresh brood in here. This is a very good sign. That means our queen is probably healthy, even though we haven't seen her yet. I'm going to flip this over and have a look here. Do we have our queen? I don't see her, but we've got a good pattern here of brood and pollen and nectar. This is very good. I'm going to put this frame back in here. Now, I haven't spotted the queen, but that's okay. I see signs that we have a healthy queen. I see some young brood. I see some capped brood. I see honey and nectar and pollen in the brood in really nice rainbow patterns. So I'm very happy. I don't have a lot of smoke left, but what I'm going to do is try to encourage these bees to go back inside so we don't crush them. Roll them out of the way there. We're going to put our top cover, or inner cover I should say, back on. Just like that. See that? I'm going to brush off the bees. Okay. I'm going to put our top cover, or inner cover I should say, back on. Just like that. See that? I'm going to brush off the bees. 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 I'm going to brush off the be We're going to put our top cover back on after I brush these bees off, because they're all trying to get back in the hive. Feeling good about that side, feeling good about that side. All right, hop on out of there, bees. Put our rocks back on. I'm going to move my toolbox over here. Watch where I step, because we got bees on the ground. I just want to make sure we don't have a queen down here that we need to deal with. Now, if you notice the front entrance here, the bees are sticking their little bottoms up in the air and they are fanning. Well, they know their home's been disturbed, right? So what they're going to do is fan their pheromone. So all the other bees know, hey, here's the entrance. Come back, come inside the hive. Let's start repairing all the damage that this human did. And we did some damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get these bees back in the hive, shake them off, and then we're going to let these bees be for a few more weeks until we have to do our next inspection. So what'd you think? Kind of sloppy. You saw my mistake waiting too long to do the first bee inspection, the hive inspection. But we did it, and we know that they look healthy. They appear to have a queen based on the young that we're seeing in the hive. And these bees are rocking and rolling. Thanks for watching Brien's Bees, everybody. We'll see you back here next time. We've got to get these girls back in their home.